So exactly 1 week after Carly's incident, cars apart, and look who's standing here.
Hey guys, I'm alive, I'm good. The past few, I guess I'll just talk about my pain real quick, just for the past few days. Up and down, I always have that little pain ache in my back. For the most part, I have a neck piece I'm supposed to be wearing, but we're not gonna wear that on camera.
Carly does not like wearing her stuff. She's embarrassed to wear it.
But yeah, so I can walk just fine. We try not to have me walk any long distance really, just because I do get a little dizzy. Not nauseous or anything, just have pain in my upper back, and then taking deep breaths is also hard on my lungs and like my chest and stuff. But yeah, I'm still alive. I'm getting through each and every day, resting in the pool, relaxing. We try to get me out a little bit just so I can get tired for night, but
show them your scooter.
Some good friends of ours up in Washington, they had this laying around and they didn't need it anymore, so they let me borrow it, especially like when we go to Costco and like bigger stores that I'm not gonna walk through, because Costco takes us about 30 minutes to an hour and I cannot walk that long. But it goes really fast. It has like a little dial nozzle thing.
It actually has some speed, so Carly's been riding that thing around. Now with this, it definitely helps that Carly is young, but fracturing T3 and T4 vertebrae in your back, I mean, anything back-related injuries is absolutely, no joke at all. So that's an update on you. What did they say the recovery time roughly will be?
We're thinking 8 to 12 weeks. I meet with my surgeon for the first time tomorrow to kind of figure out what's next, if physical therapy or what do I got to do with my brace, if I can take the neck part off and just wear like this part, or just kind of like what's next for the next few weeks, the next few months, and then potentially maybe when I can get back in the car when I'm fully healed.
So that's the update for you folks. I thought that's the best way to put it. Carly's like, you know what? I'm still alive. I'm still here. Can you talk about the incident from your perspective and just kind of the whole race? Because so much happened. All of a sudden, my battery died. A bunch of guys wrecked on track. And then the 22C, this frame right here, now it's a bare frame. You can see the damage. This thing was out front by a good margin before everything happened there at the end.
Yeah, showed a lot of great speed there. Just kind of like the heat race, we showed a lot of good speed. Hot laps, we were, first in hot laps. So we had good speed all night long, and I wasn't really too worried. And going into the main, I honestly, I don't even remember where I started. I think maybe 10th or something, 8th. But I was just ready to like go. And then we got going, and I think do you remember when I got the lead?
I think it was it was somewhere around halfway, because it was on a restart. Yeah. You were behind that. It was Dave Marble was that red 4 car in front of you, and you were in around the outside. Maybe it was on lap like 16 or 17. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we got up to the front, just right around halfway area, and then we led it from there. And like I said, we had so much speed. Looking back at the videos, I was about maybe not half a track, but like a quarter of the track ahead of the rest of the field. And then once I start catching lap traffic, then second kind of got closer. But we were just really fast all night long, and the outcome just wasn't in our favor. So.
And I think the eerie thing about it all, if you do watch back, because like this was you could say this was a dark night for our family, like a scary moment, like more than just scary actually, how it all happened. Because Carly kind of just talked about leading up to the incident. But what I also think back to is how in the video, Carly literally said, I'm so thankful that everything went all right with the torque tube, because, her legs could have got hurt, and like how we had that craziness before the A, and we're like, man, we're out of that. And all of a sudden Carly was leading the race, and it was like, what a turnaround for our night. And then it was just so heartbreaking how it completely changed there with just a couple to go.
So then once we got to lap traffic, I think I lapped a few cars right before the incident, but then once I kind of got up on the 2 cars, I'm just gonna flat out say it, they were in my way. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but they obviously, they weren't holding their lines, and so me as a driver who's leading a race, I was nervous and I needed to get up there. And so with these guys in my way and blocking, I calmed down, and I'm just trying to take my time, but I knew second was coming. I knew the third was also coming, and so I needed to get past them. And I found an opening, and they were both on the bottom, and the next thing I knew, One of them just came right up into me, and I would just hit the wall, and I skid right across it. Put my arms back, let go of the steering wheel, because that's what tends to happen is you hold on to the steering wheel. That's how maybe your arms or wrist might get broken. And so I just held back, and I held them on my chest. I grabbed my head, I think, and I just went along for the ride. I didn't really know where I was at. My first thought was, I'm on fire and I need to get out. Just because I knew kind of like I was around brush and stuff. I had a tree in my cockpit area, and I just knew that brush was there, and if I catch on fire, this all is gonna catch on fire most likely, and nobody's here to save me. So I tried to get unbuckled. I threw my steering wheel. I don't even know where it went. We got it back though. And I was trying to get out, but then finally guys got to me. I think a few racers got to me, and they flipped me over, and that's how I knew, okay, I'm good. I'm not on fire. If they're here, obviously, they're not rushing to get me out. And then I just right when I got flipped back over, just instant pain came in right on my right shoulder. My upper back, I could feel it. I thought it was more sore than broken, but then kind of halfway through, as I'm sitting there, shock's going away, I just knew my body wasn't good. Something's definitely broken. And I was really worried about my shoulder. I had a big bruise right here for a few days, and it wasn't broken, thank God. And I think maybe tore tissues, I don't know, we're gonna figure that out later this week on why I had that pain in there, but glad I'm okay. I'm glad I'm walking, and because I know with broken backs you can potentially be paralyzed, or things can just go downhill, and I can even break ribs too, and I'm glad I didn't do that. So I'm glad, like I said, to be walking, talking, and physically moving around.
Yeah, there's like so much that Carly just said there, and like so much that could have went wrong. She mentioned fire. That was a huge concern, just with how fast everything went around, where she flipped. She smoked a tree. She hit a tree. Like, I didn't realize.
Right rear, that's right here on the right side of the car. I'm trying to imagine how it is by what everyone told me, but basically when I hit the tree, my right rear hit the tree, and it flung back in, and my seat's right here. Well, it went through my board.
Well, your arm guard came off.
Yeah, my arm guard was right here, and it wasn't even on. And it came and it hit my seat, which is right here, and it bent it back like this. And so that's what we think kind of did the braking, and also being upside down and landing on my lid also isn't good for compression. So
here's a look at Carly's seat and what she was just talking about.
You can see the tire mark. That's from the tire right there.
And then here is where the rear end came up and got her right in the lower back. But luckily she has a seat insert padding, and that insert I think really saved her from that doing more damage. And
so as you guys can see, there is no, they call this a halo right here, and I feel a lot safer running a halo for some reason. It's just, Tanner started off with a halo up there. It's just for safety. So it's just extra protection for the driver. And so they had to cut it off to get me, because I'm sitting right here, and they took my seat pads off so they could get, it's called a backboard or a board. And they slipped it behind my back, and then they had to pull me out. Like I did nothing. I just kind of sit there in pain, and then they pulled me out. But I'm in a hole. They had to, I believe by how people were explaining it, they had to climb up a hill. I don't know, Tanner, you were there. Tanner went back during the day, and so I haven't seen it yet at all. So I believe they carried me out, and they carried me up a little hill, and then the ambulance showed up, and then they put me in the ambulance and took me away. But just the way they got me out, it took a while. It probably took 30 to 45 minutes just to get me out.
And they had to use the jaws of life.
And yeah, they had to cut down and cut all the tubes off, and I'm just sitting there in pain, trying to stay awake. I was tired, and it's just that shock, that instant shock that hits you, and you're just like, dang, okay, I'm gonna take a nap. But can't obviously do that because they want me to pass out and just like not wake up or anything. So I was counting to numbers and doing my ABCs and stuff with my mom to keep me up. So, but I'm lucky to be alive. It was pretty scary. I felt bad. A lot of people thought that I was dead, and like I said, I feel really bad for all the people that were very worried for me, and I'm glad everyone knows now that I am okay, and I'm walking under my own power now, and we're gonna heal. We're gonna get back to it. Maybe we're gonna talk with my doctor tomorrow, but probably won't know when I'll be back in this seat, but maybe we're hoping December for Red Bluff. Probably not a full season, but maybe hit the last few races at Red Bluff. So this is my other connection part right here to keep my neck from not being able to move like side to side. It works. The only time I wear this is when I'm walking, or yeah, if I like have to get up to go to the bathroom or get up to go eat dinner or something, or just to get up in general, go up the stairs. I wear this just so my neck's not moving or jerking around. In the car, I don't wear it just because the way it sits, it just doesn't fit right, and it like kind of like chokes me. So my mom is pretty lenient on when I have to wear this. So hopefully, when I talk to my doctor tomorrow, we're gonna see. I think they'll let me take this off within like 2 or 3 more weeks, just because once my back heals a little bit more, then I'm not obviously gonna need the neck part, but I will keep this part to, you know, hold right here. So that's that.
So that is update number 1. Like I've said, I'm thankful to have Carly standing right here with us, and once again, our whole family wants to shout out each and every person that was down in that creek with Carly upside down, or once she got upright, to the track staff as well, the medics. Was there a fire truck or was it just ambulance? I honestly can't remember.
There should have been a fire truck, but I don't think there was.
I think it was just an ambulance. So, but anyway, any first responders to the incident that made sure that Carly was going to be okay, preventing, you know, from a fire or from anything that, you know, protruded into the cockpit. At one point when you watch the GoPro back, Carly literally was yelling. She's like, I have a tree in my arm. There was literally a tree branch just like...
Yeah, I didn't even look down. I knew my instinct that there was a branch or a blackberry bush. There was
so much stuff.
It was just in, and like, I didn't know my arm guard actually flew off. I thought it went through it or something. So that would explain why there was a branch in my area that I did not like. And so, yeah. But thank you. Like Tana said, thanks to everyone that did help. I know people got out of their race car on the racetrack, ran back to their trailer, got things, and came back, and then all the crew guys and everybody that helped, and then just everyone that's supporting me on Facebook and all social medias, praying for me and stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It has been a roller coaster, this journey for Carly. As I've said, it is just a bump in the road for her, but nothing she can't handle. And just like anything, there's going to be good days and tough days and sore days, and it's just all part of the road to recovery. And we're all here to keep the 22C going and moving forward back to heading on track and at full speed. So anyway, Carly, thank you for joining me today and telling the story, and sign us off.
Peace.